How's it going, fellas, and welcome to the channel where I kick back, relax and talk video games. And in today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to get an A+ in Mycareer in NBA 2K19. It is a struggle. It is so hard to do your teammate grade this year in NBA 2K19. The struggle is real, but I've got you guys. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to be talking about everything that you need to know in how to get an A+ in Mycareer in NBA 2K19. So if you like that sort of stuff, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is setting off-ball and setting on-ball screens. If you just run up to any position on the court next to or near a player, whether it's off-ball or on-ball, if you stand on-ball, just stand to the left or to the right of him, and same with off-ball, and hold circle, it will set a screen and the AI will run behind it 95% of the time, and it just gives you the littlest bit of boost. But that littlest bit of boost over an entire game is crucial. It really is. The amount of times that you just have to set the screen, you get a couple of things. Sometimes they even run through the screen 2 or 3 times in one possession, and then you get the ball and then you can do what you want. Still get your assists, still get your scoring and everything like that. So just set a pick at the start of the play and then either roll to the basket or even pop to the 3. If you're still guarded, you can still hit X and you still get the ball. There's still 19 seconds still left on the shot clock, but if you do that each play, that just keeps adding and adding and adding and adding to your teammate grade. And when you start to realize that the little things matter, that's when you'll start to get huge team grade bonuses. So the next thing I want to talk about is just moving the ball. It helps a lot, especially when nothing is on it. All you have to do, if you realize that your play shut down, is throw it out to the 3-point line at the top of the key to a guy that's relatively open. He doesn't have to be wide open or anything like that. You just have to throw it out to him, and just simple ball movement helps a ton. Because if you create that simple ball movement of passing from one guy to another and then he scores, you get pass assist, then you still get the good ball movement as well, and then even good pass as well. So you're getting 3 things for just one simple assist, or you don't even get the assist, you get pass to assist just from a pass that you were 3 or 4 passes ago, and there's an assist. Good ball movement helps a ton, even if it's just simple ball movement, even irrelevant ball movement that doesn't even help your team still works. You just throw the ball out to the 3-point line, around the 3-point line a bit, and you get teammate grade just for throwing so-called good passes. So the next thing I want to talk about is have trust in your teammates. If you try and be a one-man army, especially on the higher difficulties, you're not going to do well in Mycareer this year. You're really not. It's so much reliant on teammates and 5v5 basketball this year. You can be a demigod. I'm sure there's players out there, and if you're one of them, good luck to you. But for most players, it's going to be a struggle, so you've got to rely on your teammates. If teammates are open, you've got to hit those players. You can't just do it all yourself this year, especially if you're a 60 overall, 65, or even up and towards the 80s. Maybe, as I said, if you're a demigod and everything like that, you can do what you want. But for most players, just trust me, guys, have some faith in your teammates this year, because if you don't, you're really going to suck at Mycareer. So the next thing I want to talk about is just some archetypes are harder than others. Look, if you're a shooter, it's very hard to get teammate grade if you don't have some sort of playmaking ability or rebounding ability or something like that, because there's certain things that work really well for teammate grade and things that don't. And shooting is one thing that doesn't really help your teammate grade all that well. You can score 40 points, but you still got a C+. You know what I mean? So scoring itself doesn't really matter all that much. It's all the little things like assists, rebounding, good defense, boxing out, all those sorts of things are the things that make your teammate grade go up. But as I said, it's all well and good to score 40 points, but if you're not getting the teammate grade and that's what you're looking for, it really doesn't matter. So you've got to choose an archetype that is primarily a playmaker and a rebounder. It helps a ton. If you're a rebounding player for a big man and some sort of playmaking player for the littler guys, you're gonna do fine. But just being a scorer and a slasher, maybe slashers do get a bit more teammate grade because they get posterizers and contact dunks. But really, if you're a shooter, It's very hard to get teammate grade. It's been like that in day dot. So you've really got to look at the little things and the other things other than your scoring and your shooting ability in Mycareer this year in 2K19. So the next thing I want to talk about is turnovers and defensive breakdowns are teammate grade killers this year. You've got to play on a difficulty that is right for you. If you keep turning over the ball and letting your man score easy baskets, it might be time to lower the difficulty. If you're on rookie difficulty and this is happening, I don't know what to say, but you've got to play at the right difficulty and you can't allow too many turnovers. If you're not handling the ball, you're not turning it over, so you don't need to handle the ball every single play. There's other things that you can do other than having the ball in your hand to get teammate grade, like setting screens, boxing out, being in position for rebounds and things like that, good spacing. All these little things help so much when you don't have the ball in your hands, so you don't need the ball in your hands every position because you're eventually going to turn over. Gonna happen when you have that many decisions to make throughout the game. You're gonna eventually make a bad one and it really hits you hard in 2K19. So the next thing I want to talk about is never leave your assignment. Look, if you're worried about teammate grade and there's a pick, never switch. If you're worried about the win, you're gonna have to make the decision. But if you're just worrying about getting an A+ and worrying about your teammate grade, never switch on the screen. If there's a screen, always just stay on your man, because for some reason it takes a while for it to realize that your man has changed through a screen. So you could be still marking the different guy through the switch of the screen, so you've swapped guys, but yet the game doesn't realize that, and then that guy that you were originally on scores the basket and you still get an offensive breakdown even though you made the correct decision to switch, but yet you still get punished for it. So just stay on your man. Don't worry about switching in any way, shape or form if you're just worried about teammate grade. If you're worrying about the win, you're going to have to make the decision whether to switch or whether to just go for your teammate grade and just stick on your man like glue. And the last thing I want to talk about is just play longer quarters, guys. Look, I'm not saying if you want to play 12 minutes like what I do, play 12 minutes. But you've got to play longer than the 5 or 6 or whatever the mandatory is. Play at least 8, maybe 10 minutes, guys, because the more opportunities that you have, the better chance of you actually getting an A+. Because people that play 3-4 minutes, they're not going to be earning the A+. They're not. They could score 30 or 40 points or do whatever they do, but they're not going to be getting the A+. Because as I said at the beginning, once you realize that you've got to do the little things, you'll be fine. That's the thing with the teammate grade. It's not like the scoring and the VC, how you earn the VC and things like that, but just with my team grade, you've just got to do the little things. As I said, guys, set screens, box out, good defense, stay on your man like no tomorrow. There's no lacking, because as soon as you lack and give up a turnover or an offensive or defensive breakdown, you're going to get a bad time. Get back on defense. Stop fast breaks. That gives you teammate grade as well. Stopping fast breaks by simply just getting back on defense and playing proper basketball. If you play proper basketball and do the little things, trust me, guys, you'll be fine in NBA 2K19. But anyway, guys, I've talked and raved long enough. If you do like this rant, rave, or tutorial, or whatever you want to call it, on NBA 2K19 and how to get an A+ in the Mycareer, leave a like, hit the subscribe button. It really does help out. And leave in the comments below anything that you're struggling with NBA 2K19. And if I can help, I'll make a video. But anyway, guys, I've talked and raved long enough. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch us later.